All right, I think we are a go. All right, who's up for some street racing, folks? It is now time for race 19 of 36 as NASCAR's best are in the Windy City in Chicago, Illinois for the third ever running on the Chicago Street Course for the Grant Park 165. This 2.2-mile road course on the streets of Chicago over its 2 years has seen dramatic moments and surprise winners in both of its events. Of course, everyone knows SVG coming from all the way from New Zealand in his first ever Cup Series start, won the very first street race in Chicago. Won in his very first Cup race in Chicago in 2023. Now in 2024, we had another surprise winner, Alex Bowman, breaking his winless streak at 80, holding off a hard-charging Tyler Reddick to win the second ever running on the Chicago Street Course. Now we're in year 3 in what could potentially be the last ever street race in Chicago for the Cup Series for NASCAR. Will it? Will we see another dramatic finish here in Chicago, or will this be the last ever race here in Chicago? Only time will tell. But NASCAR is looking at ideas of running at a street course race in San Diego, possibly in 2026, but that's yet to be determined. So we'll see what happens, whether this will be the final race in Chicago or not on the street course. Hey, Alessandro, I'm doing just fine. There's the favorite to win it all. No surprise, SVG, who's who's literally at his playground right now, won the Xfinity Series yesterday. He's trying to sweep here in Chicago. He's trying to complete the sweep here in Chicago, as this is his playground. All right, here we go for the command. All right, Derek Rose. Crank him up, gang, crank him up. And the engines roared to life in Grant Park, just outside downtown Chicago, Illinois, as 40 of NASCAR's best get ready to take on the streets in Chicago, Illinois. The Grant Park 165 coming up next on TNT. So far, the surprise of the weekend in Cup is Corey Heim not qualifying on time to make the race. Yep, that's right. Catherine Legg beat Corey Heim on speed because only 40 drivers were able to make the are required to make the field for today's race. Nobody submitted an open provisional for this race to be 41 drivers, so that's unfortunate. But that's the big story as Catherine Legg qualified on speed, knocking out Corey Heim. From Xfinity last week. Kyle, how do you feel commentating the Xfinity race in Atlanta? Fuck you! You weren't supposed to know! If SVG wins, he'll be the first international driver to sweep a weekend. I think you're right about I think you're right, John. That would be the first time an international driver swept the weekend both in Xfinity and in the Cup Series by the same driver. Yeah, according to NASCAR, there are zero perfect brackets left from last week's chaotic Atlanta race. Yeah, I did see that on IG during the in-season tournament last week in Atlanta. That when that big crash happened, that was the moment where when all the in-season tournament brackets were busted. All right, and the cars are now rolling out onto the track. Will admit that I was pretty salty about him winning an Xfinity race because I wanted Connor to win. I think if Shane finished second, he would have been disappointed for a minute, but be excited. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that a Cup driver once again won in the Xfinity Series, but you gotta admit that SVG and Chicago is kind of like a good mix. Like I said before, Chicago is pretty much SVG's playground when it comes to the street course race. Do you think if Connor won, Shane would have been disappointed for a minute but be excited for Connor at the end? Well, I mean, they were both in pretty much they were both equal in terms of speed. So maybe there's Denny Hamlin who will be starting at the rear of the field because of an engine failure in practice for this race. So it's going to be challenging for him to go from the back to the front, especially for all the other HMS drivers, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, William Byron, and Alex Bowman, who had issues during practice. Chase Elliott and William Byron slapping the wall in practice. They had to go to backup cars. And Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman, unapproved adjustments. So they all have to start at the rear of the field for those for those issues during practice and qualifying. So it's going to be a big challenge for those drivers to try to go from the back to the front if they want to if they want to get to the front of the field. All right, I think we're not okay. I guess we're not going to take a look at the starting grid, but I think we all know. I think we all know that SVG is on the pole, the road course specialist. SVG saw the opportunity going into turn one on the final restart and took it. His bold move on Zillage was borderline clean, but it was fair. Yeah, that was on the final restart. I thought it said final lap for a second, but I read it wrong. My mistake.
teeth be whiter? Not your fault. Teeth naturally yellow over time. Dr. Teeth? What's up? Check this out. Just one Kids Crest Baby White Strips reveals your white smile. And it lasts 12 months. You smile for a year? I love. I know. Crest.
When your dog hears the call of the wild, have the right fuel to answer. Blue Wilderness Chicken, 30% more protein and Purina Pro Plan chicken is formulated to give your dog the energy they need to take on the wild. Blue Wilderness, stay wild.
These are my teeth. A few overlap.
Others are straight, crooked, and cat.
Oral-B Electric cleans better with one smooth touch.
No matter what kind of teeth, you got a brush.
Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head helps them clean and gets in between. More regular brushes don't reach, so teeth get 100% better. These are my teeth.
And here's how I perfectly clean every nook.
Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
To all the Reese's fans yearning for a PB&J cup, Reese's didn't make one. They made two. Because they feel bad for making you wait. Just kidding. They just think you want both. Because obviously you will.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
The problem isn't the machine. It's the clear detergent. Really? I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new products dissolve completely, reducing your soapy, scrubbing, and rinsing action. Plus, it works like the power of dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough stuck on foods.
That's impressive.
And it works so well, it even keeps your filter clean. Cascade, your remover recommended safe with lights.
NASCAR Cup Series racing on TNT is brought to you by Arby's. We have the meats. Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, home, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by...
And throughout this race, we'll be taking a close look at the weather right now. All right, now we're going to the starting lineup. Row 1, SVG on the pole, and Michael McDowell, P2 on his qualifying run. Great qualifying run for McDowell Supremacy. How about that? Wow. Any luck finding a job in photography since graduating? Not yet, Alessandra. I'm still waiting on trying to find a camera first before I can apply for photography jobs. They have to make it to lap 38 in order for this race to be official. All right. And there goes the drivers down pit road to test their pit speeds. Row 2, you see Carson Hocevar qualified third, and Tyler Reddick. Then you got Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch. Great qualifying run for Kyle Busch. Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher rounding out row 4. And rounding out the top 10 positions is Ty Grandpa Gibbs and Austin Dillon. Rounding out the top 10 positions. Row 6, Alex Bowman, who will be going to the rear for unapproved adjustments, and Joey Logano, who will be really starting out 11th. Then Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson also going to the rear for unapproved adjustments. Brad Keselowski and AJ Allmendinger, who's very decent on road courses. Ryan Blaney and Daniel Suarez, who over the week will not return to Trackhouse Racing in 2025. In 2026. Then Will Brown, a V8 Supercars driver, alongside Todd Gillen, rounding out the top 20 positions. Then it's Riley Herbst and Ross Chastain in row 11. In row 12 sees Noah Gragson and Cole Custer. Gragson will be going to the rear after something went down in qualifying. Then John Hunter Nemechek and Zane Smith in row 13. Then you see Austin Cindric, another driver who's decent on road courses, and Justin Haley, who finished second in 2023. Then you got Josh Berry and Austin Hill Josh Bilicki and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will also be going to the rear. And Catherine Legg, the driver who knocked out Corey Heim in qualifying, alongside. And then, it's Cody Ware. And there you see the rest of the field going by. Rest of the starting positions. And as mentioned before, Denny Hamlin starting dead last after blowing up in practice. Grandpa, tell Austin's Pop to get away from me. Ty, you focus on the race. Stop worrying about that. What's that crown? Is this a new thing that's a crown next to my name? I think it's a new feature that YouTube put out so far. It's a new feature that I saw on Eric Estep's live streams before. I think it's top fans. Yeah, top fans, as I see on the top right of my screen on the chat. I think it's top fans. That's a new feature. Like I said, I've seen this on Eric Estep's live streams. So it's top fans. Yeah. First time in years, other than Daytona 500, a driver has DNQ'd. Yep. That's got to stink for Corey Heim, though. All right, the pace car is a far distance away from the field as they come into the restart zone. This might be the final time we see stock car racing on the streets of Chicago as they round the final turn. The green flag is in the air, and the Grant Park 165 from Chicago is underway. They fire off into turn one, and it's Michael McDowell with the advantage for now. SVG now looks to the inside, trying to take that lead back, but it's McDowell with the advantage. Now coming into the tight turn 4. Oh, that is tight. Now through turn 5 cleanly. Oh. What's going on with Byron? Clutch issue for Byron early on in this race. Meanwhile, deep in the further back, there's Chase Briscoe going underneath Carson Hocevar. He'll take that position. Going through the bumps. They round through that carousel and now into turn 11. Watch it. It is very, very narrow on this course. A lot of checkups and a lot of blockups as we complete the first lap. And it's Michael McDowell with like a 5-car length advantage over SVG. Then it's Kyle Busch in position number 3. And Tyler Reddick and Christopher Buescher rounding out the top 5. Through Lakeshore Drive, through turns 4 and 5 now. As everybody's now starting to settle in their positions, all single file through that section. Now braking hard into turn 6. It looks like these drivers are flying through this course, but they're really going like medium speed because this track is so narrow. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Who was that? It's Ryan Preece trying to block Ty Gibbs. Somehow he holds on to that position for now. Ty Gibbs tried to take a peek back underneath. Not a factor. Oh, as Byron, William Byron is really crawling around this place. Is he going to make it to pit lane? Look how slow he's going. Grandpa, I can't pass Preece. These cars suck. Ty, it's still early in the race. Stop complaining. Gosh, why do I have such a stubborn grandson? Whoa, 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 whoa! Hocevar sideways. Hocevar. Oh, big crash! Oh my goodness, it's a stack up. Jeez, look how narrow it is. It's literally a pile up, a stack up on Jackson Street or Jackson Drive. Almost similar to how it was in the inaugural running, but not as big. Oh! Hocevar just slapped the outside wall, comes across in front of Dylan, and everybody just no time to stop. Jeez, nope. Yikes. Oh. 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 Wow. Ugh. Yikes. Is that? I think that's Keselowski. We were just on board. He had it stopped and he just got pushed into it. Keselowski about had it stopped and he just got pushed into it. Oh, Hocevar clipped the wall exiting turn 10. And he's lost control, spins in front of Dylan. And everybody's diving low. Yeah, Keselowski was slowing down. Oh. And everybody just piles in. Austin Cindric's on board. Wow. Literally 2023 all over again. Ty Dillon versus Brock Keselowski in the in-season tournament. Looks like Ty Dillon will have another upset win. Yep.
Racing in a street course is this is the only place where these drivers are going to probably run and get the barriers in the apexes of these corners, right? And I think we talked about this earlier today, guys, where we've heard these drivers really tell us that they don't quite truly understand exactly how big these cars are, where the right side, where the left side is.
Good thing that did not happen to Hulkenberg today. Oh, jeez.
To the Xfinity car we raced, or the generation previous to this, safety team was there.
It's almost like Cars 2 in real life. Yeah, I saw what you did in the chat, sports fan. I saw what you did there.
Adam, we heard the 3 radio just before that collision.
Yeah, so far we're under red flag condition as they're trying to clean up, as they're trying to clear out the cars that are yeah, they're trying to clear out the situation in between turn 10 and 11. Yeah, Hocevar right there. Yeah, Hocevar looked like he did the same thing that Tyler Reddick did last year. Just clipped the inside wall, slaps the outside wall hard. That breaks the left front toe link, spins in front of Dylan. Everybody, for the first 4 cars, get by him. The traffic jam part 2. Yep. In about the same area as well. The grandpa, that was scary. I almost crashed. Ty, just be thankful you got by it.
In a survey of users, over half postponed cosmetic procedures because of a leg. 71% of women said their skin was visibly firmer in just 2 weeks. Turning is only Olay. And for smoother, brighter skin overnight, try Olay Retinol 24.
Can't believe these are on sale.
Get 7 days of big deals. Target Turbo Week is back.
Whenever I go to a game, I park at Spot Hero.
It makes parking so much easier. I can search my destination, find the best spot for me.
Grandpa, my car needs more power. Ty, stop talking to me. You're under a red flag. Stop bothering me, okay? Jeez.
Whenever you look at 4x4s, you turn into the version of yourself that drives a 4x4.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Really? I was thinking of.
All right, hold on a second.
What do you have for us here, Steve? Well, I'll tell you here. Steve will go next. I'm going to take it the easy one because we just followed. Yeah. Walls, did you make this during the break after the record before? Well, this was.
We know who has Arby's. I saw the SpongeBob Arby's meme that Mr. Krabs' heart stopped when he ate it. What? What? What are you talking about? Yep, here it is again. Hocevar did the same thing that Reddick did last year when Reddick clipped the inside wall in turn 5 and lost the race that way. Now Hocevar in turn 10 clips the inside wall, slaps the outside wall hard, breaks the left front toe link, then spins right in front of Dylan. Everybody scatters down to the low line. And here comes Keselowski. Yeah, oh. Yeah, Keselowski just got pushed into that. Keselowski just got pushed into that by Suarez. And Dylan about had it stopped, and he got caught up in it from, I think that was Nemechek. Yep, that's where Hocevar hit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, might as well advance Reddick into round 3 in this in-season challenge. And Keselowski is pretty much done for today. Yeah, Keselowski is pretty much done. So advance Ty Dillon in. Ha! Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, this is what Denny Hamlin wanted, I guess, since he initially came up with the in-season tournament. This is what Hamlin wanted. Oh! Oh! There goes the straps. Oh! Yikes. That ain't good. That ain't good.
Pieces, certain specific suspension parts can be changed. If the chassis is damaged, if anything in the safety has been compromised, or certain suspension parts, they won't repair it. So I was moving Reddick forward in the bracket, but until he's officially ruled out Marty, I'm not sure we can do it. See, we talked about Chris Buescher and one of the drivers above the cut line without a win so far in 2025, trying to make the playoffs, but before that caution came out, maybe an issue on the 17. Listen to the radio. So Steve, Chris Buescher talking about the car losing power and then it came back, but now they sit under the red flag conditions. Roush Yates officials are here with Scott Graves kind of discussing what it could possibly be. So how concerned are you if you're Scott Graves for your driver? I mean, 3 laps into the race and he's already saying there's a missing issue with the engine. Concerned is absolutely. I mean, my nerves are high, my anxiety is very high. What they will do is the digital dash kind of looks like a readout in your car, much like your car at home that has like the service pages. He'll be able to go through multiple pages on this dash once the car runs, and he'll be reading a bunch of codes that'll make no sense to us, but the engine group will read those codes and decide maybe it's something you come down pit road and check on, but running fifth, and, you know, there's nothing you can fix. You just don't need a pit at this point. Tough start for RFK. Brad's involved in the crash. Question marks on the situation for Chris Buescher. Right here with Cody Ware, the Arby's machine. Look at this. Just ease it over there and drive it through, trying to keep that.
Wow. I wish he was in it. I wish that prick was in it. Oh, it's Cody Ware. He somehow managed to get through that. Psh, that's disappointing.
Superior smooth taste, worth playing. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Do you own a dishwasher but only use it for storage or as a drying rack? Get better results than hand washing with your dishwasher and Cascade Complete. Your dishwasher does the work for you with temperatures up to 140 degrees. Too hot for hands. Some dishwashers even have a sanitizing cycle. Load pots, pans, and tableware at the bottom with plastic and glassware on top. Cascade Complete removes visible and invisible residue for virtually spot-free and shiny dishes. Switch to your dishwasher and Cascade Complete.
It's the Kia's Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer and look out for these stickers to take advantage of great deals. Right now, get home with Access APR for 60 months plus 500 regional bonus cash and specially taxed 2025 Sportage and Sorento vehicles.
Today at the Arco Reward Center, we're creating more perks. Watch this.
Yeah, as of right now, Kyle Busch is still in third in this red flag that we still underneath because of the cleanup that's going on in between turns 10 and 11. But it's still early in the race. Anything could still happen. So don't get your hopes up yet, gaming with Oreos. Don't get your hopes up yet.
Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer and look out for these stickers to take advantage of great deals. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months, plus 500 retail bonus cash on specially taxed 2025 Nero vehicles.
NASCAR Cup Series racing on TNT is brought to you by Breasttree. Visit us at breasttree.com. Arby's, we have the meats. And by Straight Talk Wireless, real unlimited data for fans of fast, official partner of NASCAR. Early red flag here at Chicago. Eliminating some really good drivers, and we'll get more from pit road in a moment. First, we remind you of this: DraftKings Sportsbook is your home for live betting and new.
Is Byron out? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. They showed that William Byron was drastically slow on the track before that wreck happened. So I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if Byron is out or not.
This morning, just stay out of trouble. If you do that, we'll beat half the field.
Hey, sticking with the plane, we talked about this, right? If you don't have damage, as much as you would love to come in and double check it, you just really can't give up spots. And there'll be a lot of cars though that did flat spot tires and so forth, trying to stop that wreck. And I want to talk to one of them actually, Eric Jones, to see if we can get a hold of him here. Eric Jones, Dale Jr. in the booth, you got us? I got you. Man, we saw you trying to.
It looks like they got this situation sorted out in turn 10 and 11, so we should be going back under caution soon. Hopefully soon. So Eric Jones on board. And everybody just locked up. Oh, and Eric Jones about had it stopped until he got into Justin Haley, kind of got pinned against the inside wall. But other than that, he's fine.
Yeah, pretty cool being able to talk to drivers. Fire the engine up, cycle the fluids, and maybe even if you're late in a race, you might be rolling the car around trying to move the brake pads or the brake rotors around a little bit so they don't get hot and worked up. But all these guys are probably just sitting here ready to get this thing started. You had all day trying to get this race going. And here we are, just a lap or so in, and sitting under a red flag. Let's hear Tyler Reddick audio.
77. Oh, it's your bracket challenge, buddy. I forgot about that. He's out. Yeah, I'm sure they'll work on it. I don't know if they can. So right for the lose swap. That was completely gone.
You know, they say that they don't think about the bracket actually.
No, I don't look at that. The bracket guy, I mean, it's like the
Yep. Brackets busted. There it is.
Adam, further update on Chris Buescher, who sits in fifth. There was a conversation between he and his crew chief Scott Graves moments ago.
It's not going to go away for him to come in and look at it. And he would figure out if he gets the information to us, it at least helps us figure out which side to look at or start looking at first. So if I can get this information out of all that, we can right then. You get it, sure we've had.
So, Steve, here's the deal. They are telling him to get as much information as he can once the car refires. Go through that menu you talked about, right? To get Scott as much information as he can. Then they'll bring him down pit road. You see all the Roush Yates folks back here, the engine folks trying to get something ready to fix this for Chris Buescher. But obviously, this is a very precarious situation for the 17 team, a team above the cut line without a win, who had high expectations today, but an early engine issue could put them in peril for the rest of the day.
And you know, Mario, I have to ask, we talk about how difficult this place is with the walls.
Oh, is that Bubba Wallace that stopped on the track?
Gearboxes, even engines, I mean, getting with the
No, that can't be Bubba Wallace. No.
the rest of all of these issues we're hearing, you know, is it just because it's rough in city streets, it's just physically beating these cars up?
All right, there goes the trucks clearing the area out of that area on turn 10.
3 laps into this thing, and under the red flag for a crash coming off the turn 10. Hopefully, we're back under yellow and racing again soon in Chicago. You're watching the Grand Park 165 on TNT.
I mean, almost. It's the Expedia Holiday Sale. Members save 25% or more on select hotels. And as of now, vacations don't plan themselves. It's a halfway there sale. Expedia, made to travel. Lowe's knows you want your first
Oh, back under yellow? Okay. All right.
and with convenient same-day delivery, we'll help you make sure everything turns out awesome. Lowe's knows how to help you summer.
Do you own a dishwasher but only use it for storage or as a drying rack? Get better results than hand washing with your dishwasher and Cascade Complete. Your dishwasher does the work for you with temperatures up to 140 degrees. Too hot for hands. Some dishwashers even have a sanitizing cycle. Load pots, pans, and tableware at the bottom with plastic and glassware on top. Cascade Complete removes visible and invisible residue for virtually spot-free and shiny dishes. Switch to your dishwasher and Cascade Complete.
Nature has equipped you with the most powerful medicine, a body that protects and restores your health. At Global Healing, we believe in your body's extraordinary ability to heal itself. We craft vitamins, supplements, and wellness products that nourish your body so you can thrive. Your body is the medicine, and we're here to support you. Begin your healing journey at globalhealing.com.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret whole body deodorant. Everywhere. We're all human. It's okay to smell like one. I smell very human right now, which is totally normal. Girl freaks. If it bothers you, 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend whole body deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your bits. So you can use it on your Secret whole body deodorant.
Are you looking at 4x4s on cars.com again?
No,
Whenever you look at 4x4s, you turn into the version of yourself that drives a 4x4.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Really?
I was thinking of something more sophisticated. Oh, fine. Keep the beard.
2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. Cars.com, where human is. Booking.com has all kinds of stays. Because a romantic hotel works for some,
That'd be a...
but not others. Find exactly what you're looking for. Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Prime Day is coming July 8th to 11th with great deals on whatever you're getting into now.
Back here in Chicago, where yesterday we recognized some local heroes from right around the Windy City.
Yesterday, honorees for the Chicago Fire and Police Departments, the Chicago Department of Streets and Sanitation, and the Office of Emergency Management Communications, who celebrated his hometown heroes at Blue Cross and Blue Shield. During the 110 NASCAR Xfinity Series race, these individuals were recognized.
Oh, that was Todd Gilliland in the 34.
Each honoree had their name emblazoned on the deck lids of pace cars used in today's race. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, founding partner of NASCAR Chicago Street Race, salutes these hometown heroes who help make the city of Chicago so special.
Great day yesterday in Chicago, and wonderful to see those folks getting recognized. We appreciate all the support they've offered us this weekend as we make our third trip here to race NASCAR on the streets of Chicago. Cup Series today, Xfinity cars yesterday. Red flag.
All right, yep. We're back under yellow flag conditions now. We're finally back under yellow flag conditions.
Chris Buescher among those.
Yeah, there's Busher. Busher on pit road.
See, they have no information. That's the biggest point that Scott Gray's dealing with right now. Other than Buescher saying it's backfiring and it's running rough. So what's going to happen? He's going to come in, he's going to shut the engine off, and you're going to see a round
Engine running rough on Busher's car early on. Dang.
ECU out of this car seat. They feel like if they can get that ECU information, that will be their best point to know where they can go from here. So it's really as much as anything, it's not running well, but they just don't have the information to even know where to start to get this fixed for the 17 team. And again, engine shut off for Chris Buescher and gives up fifth to come down.
ECU engine control unit. It's on the dash, kind of in the center. You see one crew member on the inside. You see another guy on the outside. There's that other ECU get ready to go in. Tell them with two quick disconnects with the electronics, and then it actually has kind of 4 posts it sits on. With some guys use bolts, some guys use nuts on like a stud that it can sit down on. The gentleman in the black fire suit, he's under the hood, maybe checking plug wires and some other things. The real work is happening.
Yeah, something's going on. Don't know what it is for Busher.
The real key is plug the new one in. If that doesn't fix the issue, okay. But then you can take the one that you removed, plug in your computer. It's kind of like taking your car to the dealership. You're not allowed to plug in on pit roads. You can't download the information on pit road, but you can take that ECU that you removed back, plug it in your computer, see what type of codes it has.
Well, whatever that situation is, they better figure out something fast. They better figure something out fast. And this, oh, and they're going to through the choose line.
There's going to be a cycle of track position here where some of those that started in the rear as we do the choose.
Yeah, choose is on the back straightaway before turn 6. Drivers all trying to position themselves where they think they maybe take the best advantage of these restarts. On the front row there, we have the 88 with the 71.
Yep. So it's McDowell, SVG on the front row. Then it's Bush and Reddick in the second row. Then it's Briscoe and Priest in the third row. Then it's Bell and Gibbs in the fourth row. And Logano and Allmendinger rounding out the top 10. As we're coming back to the restart zone, which is right at the entrance to turn 12 as the pace car starts to gap the field. All right, after a bit of a red flag situation to clean up the situation in between turns 10 and 11, we're now going back under green flag conditions. Through the restart zone, and McDowell's gone, and he is underway. We're back underway here in Chicago. About 130 miles per hour, breaking down to 60 or 30 miles per hour through turn 1 cleanly. Through turn 2 cleanly, as we got a battle for the 5th spot as Chase Briscoe clears Ryan Priest for the 5th spot. Is everybody trying to get sorted out, trying to go single file? As Ty Gibbs now looking on the inside of Ryan Priest. Through turn 4, that is tight. Oh, and Gibbs just clears Priest through that corner, through turn 5, back onto Columbus Drive. Now breaking down into turn 6. As now Christopher Bell's now under attack, on the attack, trying to get by Priest, but Priest shuts the door, trying to shut the door, but Christopher Bell already had a nose underneath him. That time Priest holds off the challenge to go through turn 8 and into the long carousel at turn 9. It is so bumpy through those areas. My goodness. Whoa, oh, jeez. Don't know what that was about. But somehow they make it through cleanly on that first lap on the restart. As SVG is now starting to hound the pressure, starting to mount some pressure on Michael McDowell. Trying to get that little arc through turn 2. Trying to close in a little bit on McDowell, but McDowell still holding off that challenge from SVG. So going to turn 4. Oh, SVG got a good run through turn 4. Trying to pulls inside, but can't get the power down quickly enough. Onto Michigan Avenue. Through the carousel. Yeah, through that area, through turns 10, through turn 10 and 11, that area is so bumpy. My goodness. Now back onto Columbus Drive on the front stretch. That's another lap complete. As SVG is trying to keep up with McDowell. So far, he's doing just that. Yep, there's Bubba Wallace after starting near the rear of the field, moved up 19 spots. Now he's on the back bumper of Kyle Larson, trying to get some more. Hello, Jeff Gordon Fan 24. Bubba Wallace up to 18th spot, working on Kyle Larson for the 17th, but now he's under attack from Austin Cindric right behind him. Oh, breaking down slowly but surely. Through the carousel as everybody gets through cleanly. And right behind these guys, battling for the 18th spot, right behind him is Alex Bowman, who's also starting near the rear of the field for unapproved adjustments during practice and qualifying. He's up to the 20th spot, trying to get some more. The defending winner of this race. Oh, those two are in part of the in-season tournament, in-season challenge. Right now, Bubba Wallace has the advantage over Alex Bowman. As Bowman now looks underneath Austin Cindric, trying to get that position. As we go back to the battle for the top spot, and Michael McDowell still holding off the challenges from SVG. Oh, hang on to it, McDowell. Got really squirrely off turn 10. But he's still holding off the challenge from SVG. Hot take. The Toyotas purposely ruined HMS's chances of winning? What do you mean by that? Byron and Elliott hit the wall during practice, and they had to go to backup cars. And Larson and Bowman, as I said before, they had unapproved adjustments to their cars, so they also had to start at the back of the field. So I don't know about that, about Toyota's purposely ruining Hendrick Motorsports' chances of winning.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth, lifting them away. So why your teeth in one day? Crest.
What you looking at, babe?
Cars on cars.com.
What's wrong with this one?
I just got promoted, so I'm looking for something more.
Really, we all deserve some ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ciao, Bella. Ciao. Ciao.
2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. Cars.com. Where to next?
Booking.com has casual stays because a city hotel was right for some, but not quite right for others. Find exactly what you're looking for. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret whole body deodorant. Everywhere. We're all human. It's okay to smell like one. I smell very human right now, which is totally normal. Girl, preach.
But if it bothers you, 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend whole body deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits
To your bits. So you can use it on your Secret whole body deodorant.
To embrace your inner beauty. Vacation at sea. Sailors Day at New York 2025.
Just a wrap. Well, stage one.
All right, and we are back as SVG is still mounting the charge on Michael McDowell as we're past halfway through stage 1. SVG is trying to close the gap, trying to get to the 71's bumper, but McDowell's doing a pretty solid job of staying up front. Did I see that Arby's commercial? I wasn't paying attention, John. Sorry. What? It features that prick that shouldn't be racing at all. That's Cody Ware. Why is he in the commercial? Why is he in the Arby's commercial? Why? Oh, what happened? What happened to Alex Bowman? Oh, contact with Cindric. Okay. Oh, Jesus! Jeez, Cindric almost gave him no room through turn 9. Gosh. And this is at turn 7. But how did Bowman get turned around? Jesus, Cindric! How did Bowman get turned around? It's turn 12. Oh, all by himself. All by himself. Yep, wheel hopped. Yep, wheel hopped. Bowman just wheel hopped in turn 12 and just lost it. Well, there's something we don't see. We don't see very often for the Cup Series at Chicago. The sun is trying to peek out. The sun is trying to peek out of the clouds. The sun is trying to peek out of the clouds, it looks like. Playing peekaboo with the clouds. My best guess is because the team is sponsored by Arby's, including an NHRA. But yeah, they could have gotten Clay Millican. Clay Millican? Who's that? Is that an NHRA driver? Look at that, boys. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. The sun is out. The sun is out. It's Christopher Buescher, and that's Riley Herbst back there. So that was Riley Herbst who was involved in that crash. Yeah, things not looking so hot for Buescher early on in this race. As we go back to Ryan Preece and Ty Gibbs. This is for the 6th position. They're battling for the 6th position. Oh, well, meanwhile in IndyCar, we finally had a different winner win at Mid-Ohio. That's Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon has become the third winner in the IndyCar season. Meanwhile, here comes Ryan Preece underneath Ty Gibbs, as Gibbs went a little too wide in turn 7, or just let him by. Did I see the Indy NXT flip? I saw highlights. I saw a clip of the crash that happened in Indy NXT, and that was horrifying. That was a horrifying crash. Oh, Ryan Blaney's on pit road. Could this be a strategy play for stage 2? Same thing with Josh Berry on pit road. And Larson's on pit road. Yep, Larson, Blaney, and Berry are now down and away. All right, we should be seeing drivers come down this time by, I think. We should be seeing. Yep, here comes Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell. Look, I think no Allmendinger, Logano's in as well. Chastain stays out. Bubba Wallace comes in. Haley's in. Cindric, Jones, Hamlin. Stenhouse is in. I'm pretty sure some others as well. Oh, Chase Elliott's in. And Bell is down and away. Yeah, Bowman's in as well. But the leaders continue to stay out. But what about the leaders? McDowell. Oh, Christopher Bell, penalty. Penalty for Christopher Bell. Yikes. Too fast, either exiting or entering for Christopher Bell. Oh, and here comes SVG on pit road. Yep, Christopher Bell too fast entering on pit road. That's not good. So SVG, the lone driver to take it to the pits at the end of stage 2. It's down and he's away. Definitely can't afford that. You definitely cannot afford a mistake like that. What Bell just ended up being in. Yep. Yes, no question that McDowell's going to win the first stage. He has no challengers behind him. The only closest competitor behind him is Kyle Busch, but he's a few seconds back. There's Kyle coming off turn 12. Final lap in stage 1. Cleanly through turn 5 for McDowell. Translate speed to Swedish? What do you mean? It's funny. Okay. Meanwhile, for Michael McDowell through turn 11, across the bridge and across the railroad tracks, and coming into turn number 12, it's going to get the green checkered flag. And Michael McDowell is going to pick up stage win. McDowell wins stage number 1. Pretty much led all the laps in stage 1 for McDowell. How about that? Busch second, Reddick third, Briscoe, Priest running out the top 5. All right, that wraps up stage 1. Stage 2 coming up next. Kyle, how do you feel? You're in P2. Fuck you! Stop distracting me! What? Speed in Swedish is hastighet. What? Hastighet. What? Hastighet. What? Whatever you pronounce it. What? You have a new name for McDowell, for Michael McDowell? What is that? Big Mike? Oh, Big Mike. All right. Okay. Oh, John Castellini found that out. Oh, so that's why you told me to look up speed in Swedish. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm glad there's no rain so far. Yep, no rain so far, and that's a good sign.
Listen to some 71 radio.
The mileage looks good. I'm gonna stay out here. Just go to where Wendell. I'm gonna stay in control rate, but I'll read the back and get messed up. She's really 11.
All right, that's a great look into the plan. So that tells me the 71's not going to fit here. I'm assuming the age of 45, most of the cars.
Wait, did they just say that McDowell's not pitting under this caution? Huh? What sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? Why is McDowell not going to pit? That's what I heard. Heard something along the lines that McDowell's not pitting this stage. Caution. Like, what? What sense does that make?
So I really think this is an interesting situation. The negative is the tires a little bit older. Marty, I don't think the tires hurt as much, but when they do pit, they're going to need a lot of fuel, so the pit stop will be long. We'll just have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, how is that going to turn out for McDowell? Because you're not going to have as much grip as you had before in the tires. Plus, you're going to be low on gas. So once you pit, the pit stop will be much longer to try to pack full with fuel. So, we'll see. Oh, what? Okay. So Zane Smith and Gregson on pit road. Bell's coming back onto pit road. The 51's on pit road. The 66. Catherine Legg. Yeah. How is that going to work for the drivers that decided not to pit under the near the end of stage one and decided not to pit under this caution? How is that going to work on the long run? I don't know. I don't know how this will shape up.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays for those who love family resorts and for those who do not. Find exactly what you're looking for. Booking.com, booking.com. Toyota's summer drive is on. Drive home to Tofu Tucker with its astounding 583-pound Fiat Touring. Its impressive towing capacity and smooth 10-speed transmission. Right now, get 3,000 customer cash on the new Tucker or Tucker Hybrid, or get an incredible 1.9 APR for 72 months. But hurry, Toyota's summer drive sales are that end soon. We make it easy. Toyota, let's get places.
Thinking they're banking on a caution. I guess that could be the case for the drivers that decided not to pit at all near the end of stage one and decided not to pit under that caution. I guess so.
NASCAR Cup Series racing on TNT is brought to you by Restream. Visit us at Restream.com. Chewy, for life with pets. There's Chewy with everything. And by Progressive. Protect your auto, home, and business today at Progressive.com. Great sights around the city of Chicago as we get set for stage number 2. And now our NASCAR In-Season Challenge update, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's welcome in Larry Reynolds, Jeff Burton, to the All Broadcast. What are you guys watching here as we get ready for stage 2?
Well, Adam, I'm watching Chase Elliott and John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter Nemechek qualified 25th, Elliott out back. John Hunter Nemechek inside the top 10. Chase Elliott is not, but I think we got two different strategies. 42 on a one-stop. Chase Elliott and I on a two-stop strategy. Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, two guys that are very good road racers. I think guys you can consider a little outside, but favorites going into this race. They're on the same strategy. They've been running together all day long. They're both fierce competitors. That battle's just started. That's going to rage on.
I'm just glad that we had this update this week with these two, and it wasn't all doom and gloom about Bracket. It was like last week, it was major disappointment for the guys on the Allcast. This week, just give a little thought on strategy drivers to watch. I feel much better about their situation this week. Well, last week they were angry.
Oh my gosh. Of course they show the bracket. Yep. There it is. Keselowski is pretty much out of this race. So Ty Dillon is officially in. And Hocevar is out of this race. So Reddick advances. Wow. Already. Already.
Danielle, tell us about the race leader.
Michael McDowell, hard to believe but true. The team telling Michael this is the first stage win in our organization's history.
Dang, what? The first stage win ever for Spire Motorsports? Golly. Golly. Oh my gosh. Yep, Spire Motorsports definitely doing things. Alright, we're coming back to the green flag this time by. So they're all double file. So it's McDowell, Busch, Reddick, Briscoe, Priest, Chastain, Nemechek, Hill, Gisbergen, and Gibbs, the top 10. Through the restart zone. Here they come into the restart zone. And McDowell is on the gas. Through turn 12, we're back underway. Green flag stage 2 is underway. Briscoe trying to make it 3 wide underneath Reddick and Priest through turn 1. Somehow they made it through cleanly as Gibbs trying to hold off SVG. Blocks him all the way to the inside wall. And they make it through cleanly through turn 2. Oh my. Meanwhile, we got a 3-way battle for the 3rd spot between Reddick, Priest, and Briscoe as Priest clears Briscoe for the 4th spot. There's John Hunter Nemechek under attack from Ty Gibbs as SVG tries to go underneath him. Thought about going 3 wide for a second, but thought better of it as SVG easily clears by Nemechek. And that's for the 8th spot. And here comes Logano around the outside or the left side of Nemechek. Can't do it there. Oh, Bubba Wallace goes spinning up against the tire barriers. Yeah, he can't back up. He's got to wait for the whole field to clear by. Now he's clear. And there goes all the track position that Bubba Wallace has made. Now he's going to start back from square one again. That sucks for Bubba. Meanwhile, back with SVG is now he's on the attack on Austin Hill, and that's another position down for SVG. Clears by Hill for the 8th spot. All right, what happened to Bubba Wallace? Oh, looked like. A little stack up. Looked like Larson already had a nose underneath Wallace, and Wallace just didn't know he was there. Yeah, Larson had his nose underneath on the inside, and Wallace just didn't know that he was there, I guess. Meanwhile, back with SVG as he's now working on AJ Allmendinger. And no contest as SVG easily clears around Allmendinger before they get to turn 2. Yep, that's the difference between slightly fresh tires and even better tires, I guess. And that's the difference between fresh and old tires. Oh, and there goes Tyler Reddick right by Kyle Busch. That's for the second spot. Don't know what happened there. Oh, here goes SVG. Briscoe almost shut him off. I think Briscoe's going to let him by in turn 1 because SVG is much faster. Oh, dives it into turn 1. No contest. That's another spot down for SVG. Yep, that's a dangerous combination. SVG, with how he is on road courses, and fresh tires. That's a dangerous combination right there. If you see that 88 in your rearview mirror, you're in trouble. Now he's up to the drivers who are pretty much on the oldest tires, now working on Ryan Preece. Yep, there he goes to the inside of the 60. Can't do it. Always staying alongside, side by side. And he's got it. No contest once again. Picking them off one at a time. Yeah, no kidding, Alessandro. But up front, it is still Michael McDowell, but still on those old tires, leading the way. But it's only a matter of time until SVG catches up to him as he continues to dominate at Chicago.
We can come to you. Sick. Privately trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway. Have a good day. I love you. With flexible payment options, get fixed now and pay later only at SafeLife.com. SafeLife repair your smart place.
Be a little beefier, dude.
What? Josh Berry's around damage to the nose of his car? Huh? Where? Oh, let me check out Allcast. Oh, whoa! What the heck? What the heck? How did that happen? Yo, where's the caution? Where's the caution? Huh? Huh? Oh, there's the yellow. Finally. Finally, the caution's out. Wow. Tyler Reddick pitting just as the caution comes out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, how did that happen? How in the world did that happen? In turn 7. Oh, oh! Eric Jones got into him. Yikes. 2 legendary number cars getting into it. The 21 and the 43. Yikes. That ain't good. And Josh Berry's pretty much done for the day. Yep. Yeah, for real. Why did it take them so long to throw the yellow? What was the holdup, NASCAR? Literally, what was the holdup?
Good news, all you hot sauce toting, red pepper flake loving fans of heat. Olive Garden's Create Your Own Pasta has a limited time spicy 3-meat sauce. With all the fire and flavor you've been craving. Not here for the heat, just pair your go-to sauce and pasta. Or give our new Bucatini a whirl.
Guess they wanted to give the teams an opportunity to pit, but you don't know. That might be acceptable, but still. Yeah, but still, if there's a hazard on the track, you throw it out. You throw the yellow out almost immediately. Not just wait for like 1 to 2 minutes, then throw the yellow. Come on. NASCAR waiting for several laps to throw the yellow reminds me of when Chris Buescher had the lead at Kansas in the spring of 21 when there was a tire near the track surface. Yeah, I remember that. Or maybe they're trying to get the race in before weather comes. I don't know. Give me wind, Bushy. Kyle, how do you feel now? You're in fourth. Shut up, reporter! Stop reporting me or distracting me. Grandpa, I'm in the top 10. Yay! Ty, still a long way to go. Be right back. Don't drive like my brother. Don't drive like my brother.
This is a can of Bounce Bar for $29.98. It's also an admission that, go on. Okay, maybe it was.
Ty, I can't do that. You had to pass the top 5 yourself.
Michael McDowell leading under caution in Chicago. Here's 71 team radio.
Oh. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the 71. Don't know what that was about. I don't know if it was brake smoke or what. And there's McDowell on pit road. Sacrifices the lead onto pit road now.
Steve, they just came on the radio. Michael McDowell just said the throttle is stuck. The throttle is stuck. They're gonna make
A stuck throttle for McDowell? A stuck throttle for McDowell? That ain't good. Yeah, I thought I saw that. Yeah, that was a lot of tire smoke coming over the bridge there. And watch this. Whoa! Yeah, that's a lockup right there. That was a lockup. Big lockup on the 71. Don't know what that was about. I hit this car. My engine blew up in the first lap of practice. I hit the engine. Hamster in practice. Grandpa, can you tell NASCAR to crash Hamlin? Wreck everyone besides Bush, Grandpa. Ty, I don't want to hear it. Ha 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 ha! My car is so bad. Ha 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 ha!
talking about fuel. He said we are full beyond max save. Michael McDowell just came on the radio and said, I hope I don't blow up here. And they said, we think we have your throttle issue fixed. We should be good.
So, not ideal. You have an issue, you gotta go to plan B, but your flight's canceled, what do? You gotta find another way. So that's what they've done right here. They've done a really nice
Ta ha 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 ha! I'm in fish. Oh my gosh.
Listen in. Shut off the coasting, so you probably shut the engine.
Pop pop, will it rain? Pop pop, will it rain? You just focus on the race, Dylan. Jeez, guys, you are just killing it with the Michael Rooks jokes. My goodness. Y'all are just killing it with the Mike. with the Michael Rooks driver's short stuff. Oh my gosh. All right, time to get back to the race as we're now coming to the restart zone once again. And SVG is on the gas, and we're back to racing. We're back to racing. Breaking hard into turn one as Ryan Preece muscles past Kyle Busch to the third spot. Now Busch is under attack from Ross Chastain, but I think Busch is going to hold off that challenge. As we see Michael McDowell back on pit road with the hood up. And here goes Ty Gibbs right by Kyle Busch for the 5th spot. And Ross Chastain's going to try to follow through. And there goes Ryan Blaney right by Kyle Busch again. A little side by side. It's for 6. Oh, Kyle spins! Right in front of traffic. Cindric saves it. Watch out, watch out. Don't know. Oh, Kyle stalled. Now he gets going. What just... Did Kyle just wheel hop into turn 7? Look, that Kyle Busch just wheel hopped into turn 7. Just lost it. Kyle, are you okay? Shut up! I don't want to hear it! Here goes Ty Dillon underneath Todd Gilliland. Oh, contact. No, that's Zane Smith. Oops. That's Zane Smith. My mistake. And there's Briscoe getting past Ricky Stenhouse. It's Denny Hamlin trying to pick up the ground that he's lost after starting deep in the field. Dead last, actually. Hamlin up to the 20th spot, made up half the positions throughout the race, as we're about a couple laps away from halfway in this race. Dog that likes Kyle Busch. I don't think that was on Logano when they entered turn 7. It looked like Kyle just lost it on his own. Either it was wheel hop or he just flat out lost it. But I think it was wheel hop. But I don't think Logano ever touched Busch. Oh, it looks like Michael McDowell is done. That sucks. That sucks for McDowell.
They're headed to DEP out in Oregon and said it might take forever to fix, but it's worth a shot. That throttle pedal cable is absolutely shredded. Heartbreak for Michael McDowell after winning that first stage and contending with SVG, guys. It's never $10,000.
We talk a lot about the big failures and the mechanicals. I don't know the exact cost, but it's enough people. They expect some pieces next year.
Alright, well, after that stint, it is now once again SVG back up front here in Chicago. Yep, the race is now official as we're at lap 38. So anything what happens here on out, if the race gets stopped for weather in the area, it'll be official. There's Chastain coming off pit road now, down and away after his service.
Change is always happening. It's hard to live. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same. With a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other posts change,
Grandpa, when is the Coca-Cola 600? Ty, you ran that race. It was late in May. Were you not listening?
we're here. Progressive Accident Response detected an accident. Denver Health. Saving the world, maybe? I don't think car insurance is really his thing. Not with us around. I guess not all heroes wear capes.
There's Ryan Preece on pit road now.
Don't say things like that open up.
Being in this chaos is so much fun. I can do this all day. Not. Being in 15th is awesome. It's great to be in it. Not.
This milky white American cheese is the luckiest cheese alive. It gets to smother a quarter-pound of rich steak to create Arby's cheesesteak. Sorry, other cheese. Arby's, we have the meat. 75 years. What a reputation. Tough, tame. Believe that doesn't care who you are. Perfect. Playoffs favorite. Long shot.
Grandpa, can I go to Tyler's house? No, Ty. Why? Because that house is owned by 2311. You're not part of 2311. All right, and we are back, and it's still SVG out front in his playground, as you could call it. Oh, spinner! Catherine Legg stalled in turn one. Okay, what? Is she gonna get going? Can she get it go? Can she get it going? Okay, there she goes. Whoa, just dove it. Oh, into the tire barriers. Ouch. Oh, just flew into the first turn. Yikes. Luckily, she was able to keep it going again. If Marcos Ambrose was a current driver in today's NASCAR, do you think he would be equally successful as SVG on road courses or no? I mean, if this was still the 2010s, I'd say yes. but now since we're in the mid 2020s, I don't know. Not as successful, not like successful, but partially successful in today's world. I don't know what I'm saying, but I don't know. Oh, and it gets worse for Kyle Busch after spinning out, drove through too many pit stalls in his pit box. Drove through too many pit stalls while making his pit stop. The woes continue for KB. Whoa! Whoa! Eric Jones cutting it a bit too sharply, cutting it a bit too close in that turn 7 wall. Kyle, how upset are you since you got a penalty? I don't want to hear it, reporter! Stop bothering me! Here's Larson on pit road. Oh, there's SVG on pit road into the pits. Same with Ty Gibbs on pit road and Logano. And is that Cindric? Yep, Cindric's on pit road. Same with Gregson, Justin Haley, Ty Dillon, Riley Herbst, and others as well. And that's the question: is Allmendinger gonna pit this time by, or is he gonna stay out? Is he? Yep. Here comes Allmendinger on pit road now. So Allmendinger on pit road, and I guess that hands the lead over to Ryan Blaney. I think so. Yep, Blaney stays out, so Blaney takes the lead. Not without my permission, Ty. Who said you could go to Hamlin's house? Or Bubba's house? Well, that was a bit of a slow stop for Allmendinger. But he still comes out behind SVG, so I don't think that's that much of a difference. Yeah, there's Allmendinger. Yeah, not much of a difference, to be honest. Whoa, Stenhouse. Speaking of Stenhouse, he just wheel hopped it into the tire barriers. Gosh. Yep. Yep. That's a result of Stenhouse being on older tires. Doesn't have the grip to make those corners. All right, final lap in stage 2. Ty, who said that? Ty, who said you could? Who said that Cody Ware is coming on this team? He's not coming on this team. Nowhere close. Don't even start with me. Yep. And on the front stretch, Ryan Blaney's going to win stage number 2. All right. 2 stages down. Last stage coming up. Strategy play. That's pretty much the name of the game for this race. Strategy play. 2 stages down, 1 to go.
You deserve the best. At Harbor Freight, you can afford it. We design our own tools with performance and durability in mind, and hire the best engineers to put them through the paces. These tools get tested for countless hours.
Oh, I see what you did there, John. I see what you did there.
To our shelves.
24/7.
Oh,
Racing next weekend.
jeez. Austin Dillon, yikes. Carson Hocevar is the biggest dumbass in the entire sport. Yikes! Yikes! Oh my gosh.
Stage 2 is done in Chicago. Pit stops when we return.
It's time now. And the winners play. 7 out of 10 cats prefer new taste of chicken knives. And the taste most delicious natural ingredients. It's easy to see why. New taste cats love making natural ingredients.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays for those who love family resorts and for those who do not. Find exactly what you're looking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Yeah, I see now why you did that reference.
Visit your local Kia dealer and look out for these stickers to take advantage of great deals. Right now, get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months plus 500 retail bonus cash and specially taxed 2025 subordinate rented vehicles.
A car breakdown presents many challenges. Is your car out of warranty? Can you afford a breakdown? That's why I'm a CarShare customer. Their plans protect up to 5,000 parts and systems, saving drivers money on covered repairs. Save money, save time, save the hassle. Call CarShare now before a breakdown happens.
Call now to save money with your price lock guarantee. Call 800-420-5301.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer and look out for these stickers to take advantage of great deals. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months, plus 500 retail months cash and specially taxed 2025 Hero vehicles.
NASCAR Cup Series racing on TNT is brought to you by Restream. Visit us at restream.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Burger King. At BK, have it your way. You rule.
The road was closed last time. Eric Jones did now. He hit the wall, so he had a little bit of repair. Blaney on pit road.
And there's Blaney coming onto pit road now.
Yeah, he changed his plan when they realized they were in position to win that second stage, Steve. Blaney says, I need more rear grip. You see the 12 finger going to work, more tires, and 2 cans of fuel.
Marty, after contact the wall yesterday, right to the side, bit of a left go of it for Chase Elliott and Alan Gutsis in today. They have worked their way from the back, and they got some stage points here in stage 2. Got 3 stage points out of that, but there is damage to the front end of the 9 car. Actually, fairly decent damage. They're going to take as much time as they can here to repair that damage on the front end of the 9 car. Again, Alan Gutsis making that off, leave them out with the 3 stage points, and again, try and salvage something from there.
With there being an upset coming in the bracket, last week's winner, Chase Elliott, and the man that Steve and I had winning it all. And a tough situation here as far as track position goes. Final stage, facing off with John Hunter Nemechek in the round of 16. Under the hood here, trying to repair some of that damage. Nothing to happen real early in the race. Big checkup in turn 11. Not the brand replacement they were looking for in this situation. Yeah. Let's go to the NASCAR Nation crew here.
thanks so much,
Nope.
Adam. You really gotta hate it for Michael McDowell. Like 31 laps out front for that many laps. Of course, they are now working on that race car. 15. This is really gonna open things up for some of the other guys, right? Shane Van Gisbergen, we know that when this race starts in stage 3, he's gonna have to show us what he's really got because he's gonna have some traffic to deal with.
Yeah, and it's in a pretty calm race. I think so far we always had that huge wreck with Hosmar early on. And I would tell you that from this point on, it's gonna be all take and no give. I think we're also gonna see what Shane actually has. McDowell was super fast. I think SVG was pretty content right there for a little bit. But we're gonna find out right now what the E8 has. I think what's really stuck out to me, one, that tires matter. We played way more than we probably thought. We hadn't really had a dry race here to know that was a factor. I think that's changed the strategy. I think that will play out here as we go along. I think I'm not sure how they still running around after hitting the wall down there.
All right. Now they're doubling up. So we're going back green this time by Tyrone. That's accurate.
I know you picked AJ Allmendinger in this race. I mean, who are the other guys? And obviously, we have to wait to see who's in the top 5, who's in the top 10, who can even try to make a move in the closing laps of this race. He's just going to say AJ. Yeah, you like AJ? Anyone else there, too?
I'm gonna stick with who I take to the beginning.
Anyone can contend with Shane Van Gisbergen?
Yep. We all do. We all do. By the way, you said Michael's name wrong! You said his name wrong! I remember that. All right. Final stage underway. Green flag. Somehow we made it through turn 1 cleanly as Bowman trying to clear Denny Hamlin for the 4th spot. Can't clear Hamlin, not just yet. And there goes Hamlin right by Bowman for the 4th spot, holding off that challenge. This is tight through turns 4 and 5. So we're riding on board. Oh, it's Cody Ware. I thought it was Larson. Oof. Never mind. Whoa. I think that was Kyle Busch making it 3 wide underneath Herbst in the 51. As we're back with Allmendinger and Nemechek battling for position. Meanwhile, up there for battling for the 3rd spot is Bubba Wallace is being under attack from Denny Hamlin, and that's allowing SVG to close up right to the back bumper of these two. Well, where's he going to go, though? Entering turn 4 as Hamlin easily gets by Bubba Wallace. Oh, that was tight. That was really tight. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. And there goes SVG right by Bubba Wallace for the 4th spot. And right behind him, here goes Ty Gibbs underneath Bubba Wallace. Squeeze play in turn 7. And Gibbs takes that position. And look at John Hunter Nemechek on the attack now. underneath Bubba Wallace, trying to take that 6th spot. Can't do it. But up front, battle for the lead as Chase Briscoe is under attack from Tyler Reddick. How is that going to work with these drivers trying to save as much fuel as possible to try to make it to the end, while battling for the lead? Don't know how that's going to work. Ty, I don't want to hear it. You deal with it. Almost literally like Pocono all over again, when Briscoe just saved enough to get to the end and won that race a couple weeks ago. Oh, it's Ty Dillon on pit road. Does he have a flat? The right side looks down on that 10 car. Oh, and Cindric and Christopher Bell having a little contact here. Whoa! Hang on to it, C-Bell. But still would like to know what happened to Ty Dillon there, because the right side looked down on that 10 car. But up front, Tyler Reddick is still continuing to mount the pressure on Chase Briscoe. But with 23 laps to go, Chase Briscoe continues to lead the way, but is being counted closely by Tyler Reddick with less than 23 laps to go. All right.
Do not take Ponvory if in the last 6 months you had a heart attack, unstable angina, stroke, or other severe heart conditions, including cytokines. Common side effects of Ponvory include other respiratory tract infections, starting back. Ask your doctor about Ponvory or visit ponvory.com to learn more. By Vanda Pharmaceuticals.
You can run the perfect race. Yeah, but leading the pack on the final lap. And then... That's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief comes to take control. So you can pay less than you owe and less time than you think. Life versus finances.
How you learn? Help people save yourself in books. That's why I cut my car again. This year, let's cut even more things. I show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off our arms. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hands. Not just a visor, shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Oh, don't look now, but slowly but surely, SVG is starting to close in on the Toyota guys of Briscoe and Reddick. Closing the gap slowly but surely. All right, and we are back once again. All right, Proto One Bank wants to watch. Who are we watching? Of course, Dale Jr. has his eyes on SVG, the road course merchant, at his playground in Chicago. And Steve Letarte has his eyes on Ty Grandpa Gibbs, running solidly in the fourth spot. Oh, and Adam Alexander has his eyes on Tyler Reddick. Interesting. All right, here's Alex Bowman on pit road, getting serviced up. He's down and he's away. Oh, don't look now, but here's Shane Van Gisbergen. He's closed up to the back bumper of Tyler Reddick. He's there. Yep, SVG is right there. He's caught up to the Toyota drivers. I think the reason being for that is because the top two leaders are probably saving fuel. I think that's the guess why SVG has closed up on them so fast. It's because they're saving fuel. I don't know, or maybe SVG is just that good. Yeah, considering that both Briscoe and Reddick have had success on the road courses in NASCAR. That is true. That is true. Yep, here's SVG to the inside of Reddick, and Reddick wisely lets the 88 by him. Up to second, there goes SVG. Now he's setting his sights on the leader, Chase Briscoe. Okay, a dog that likes Kyle Busch. Okay, can you please like focus on more of the race, please? I understand that you like that you're doing your grandpa and Ty Gibbs story, but can you please focus on the race, please? Now SVG working on Chase Briscoe, and as John said on the chat, he's coming up on the driver that took him out of this race last year. What's SVG going to do this time? Now they're coming up on Ty Dillon right in front of these guys as Ty Dillon wisely gets out of the way, lets the two battle it out. Whoa! Bit of a lockup for Briscoe through turn 11. But still, they were able to help. Briscoe was able to hold his own that time. I think SVG is going to get him this time. Is he? No. Always trying the left side, trying to do that diamond to get a good run off turn 2. Hanging tight with him this time. Is he going to make the move in turn 4? No, he's not. Yeah, turn 4 is a bit too tight to make that move. Grandpa, what's the radar looking like? Ty, you focus on the race. Don't worry about that. Both crawling through turn 7, through turn 8, and the carousel in turn 9. The SVG got a little closer to the 19 that time. He's trying to stay with him. Oh, he's able to dive it into turn 12. Got to the bumper of the 19 that time. Yep, here it comes. Here comes SVG. Yep, SVG around the left side of the 19. Trying to diamond the corner, trying to get a good run off. Yep, here it comes, side by side. Yeah, I think Briscoe's going to have to give it to him this time. Yeah, Briscoe's going to have to give it to him in turn 4. That is tight. SVG to the point. SVG back up front at Chicago. Oh, yellow, what? Wait a minute. Caution? What's that yellow for? Huh? Why are we going to commercial? What? What the heck, TNT? Wait a minute. What? They go to commercial, but they're under caution, but you still go to commercial? What? Huh? They're under caution, but they still cut to commercial? What? Oh, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Is it for weather? Is it? Huh? What's happening? What is happening? Huh? Huh? What's happening? What is going on?
More savings, more flexibility. A rewarding and trusted way to pay. PayPal.
What's going on?
Moving this summer? POTS is the most awarded container moving company. POTS brings the container to you, then we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure
I'm concerned. I'm so confused. Huh. I am so confused. Hmm. Hmm. Is it? Is that the why the caution's out for fire? Fire from where? Fire from where? Oh, jeez.
This relay lap is sponsored by Nashville Denver Navy. I don't want to lap back here. Fixing back on the lead lap, so that means we'll have 28 cars on the lead lap under caution. And the event here in Chicago.
Whoa!
Presented by Arby's. What a scene.
Jeez.
Changing it in, yeah. By the way, we got the caution. We said that going to break, and want to let everyone know what's going on here. There was an issue with one of the fans in the infield, and so they needed to get an ambulance to that area of the racetrack, and therefore, being on a street course, different ways to move vehicles around.
Huh.
But you had to get the medical attention there, and so NASCAR forced to throw a caution in this situation, and now you start thinking about strategy. And with the yellow out, how to get
Hmm.
I think SVG, he understands he's in a great position. But we have so many of these great matchups. Busher, Zane Smith, or nose to tail, 20th to 21st. Come get some tires. Tires a pathway. John Hunter didn't even check at 9th. Chase Elliott all the way back at 24th. Like, these could be the decisions. And
A medical emergency necessitated the field to be under caution so an ambulance could exit the facility. Okay. All right. Huh. So I guess that's why the yellow's out for a fan having a medical emergency, so they had to send an ambulance out there. That's odd. That is so odd. What? I've never seen that before. That is so odd. Huh. It's funny how that worked. Funny how things work here in NASCAR. cautions out to get safety personnel across the track.
Looks like it still might not get here. If we have, a couple more cautions, we might get rather a very tail end of the race. But electricity is my concern because we have wet weather equipment. It'll rain now. I think we might be able to see some more races.
Yeah, that's a WTF moment in NASCAR. That's a WTF moment in NASCAR.
James Walker, Jr., Chase Briscoe, they had the option of coming in. You chose not to. Hopefully they'll have that decision. Really close to making it here with this motion. And then you started the buildings there. The wind is kind of rolling in rapidly and cooled down a lot. So, I feel like there was going to be a little bit else to stay out there. And, we were being buried. So, we're just going to see how it goes here. We'll get some rain in the end and the sun equal playing field again. All right, he's absolutely right. You can see it. Temperature dropping.
All right.
Reddick both on the same strategy. Reddick comes in, pits. Briscoe stays out. Reminder, we're going next weekend racing in Sonoma.
Yeah, there was fog, but base tugboat, they did show the fog, but they said the yellow was for an ambulance. The yellow was called because they had to get an ambulance across the track to attend a fan. To attend a fan. So that's why the caution was called. Pretty odd if you ask me. All right, here we go. SVG on the gas, back to the restart zone through turn 12. Green flag, about 13 laps to go. 13 laps to go. And there was nothing Briscoe could do there. Oh, Priest, what is Priest doing there? 3 wide. Oh, they're crashing in turn 1. Chastain and the tire barriers, they keep going. Cindric's in trouble. Whoa! Logano gets Stenhouse. Logano did like a dive bomb into turn 2 and he just tagged Stenhouse. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of damage. And Briscoe somehow holds off that challenge from Bubba Wallace, but not for long. Is Stenhouse trying to get the car going? Where is he going? Where is he going? Okay. Stenhouse getting off the track to the nearest safety personnel to let this race keep going. GG, Stenhouse. All right, what happened in turn 1? Priest forcing it 3 wide. Got into Larson, who got into Chastain and into the barriers. They keep going. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Cindric just couldn't get it stopped in time. That's why he was slowing down. Oh, geez. That's what happened. He just bulldozed Priest into Larson, who got into Chastain. Yikes. Wait a minute. Is that Cody Ware in the 11th spot? Oh, Cindric stopped. Yellow's out. Yep, Cedric stopped on the track. That's going to bring the caution out. Oh my gosh, the weather is getting close. The weather is getting close. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, guys. Hurry up, you guys.
When it comes to your wireless plan, don't settle for less. Get more with a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect. More reasons to share. And when you spend less with Straight Talk, you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Americans, anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop beating America. So get out there, take your swing. Let your engines let freedom ring. And never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Right now, with Employee Pricing Plus, purchase and get an average of $10,900 below MSRP on 2025 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 models. Hurry in. Offer ends July 31st.
When you need a lift, you could use a big financial friend. Your BFF, Experian. Strong enough to help you push past financial obstacles. So even when you have a big expense, you have new solutions that can make a big difference. Now you do have that big financial friend. Wherever your journey takes you. Experian.
Buy your lifespan hand-free Skechers slip-ins are magically turn me into relax and relax. Howie's here. No bending down, no touching your shoes. That's right. Give me some of that flavor, thoughtful hands-free with Skechers slip-ins.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a duck. And that's a window. Okay, a little putt though. I'm gonna watch putt.
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird. Only paying to a chamber. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Oh my gosh.
Really special when it comes to racing on the streets of Chicago. Caution's gonna help. Dropping down a little bit as the weather continues to move in. There's a ton of fog on the backside of this camera shot right here. It's only about a mile away from the racetrack. And kind of through
Oh my gosh. The fog is closing in. It's going to hit the track soon.
I think more so than lightning or potential rain. Danielle, what's going on?
Chastain was just a part of that previous wreck
Hmm. Hmm. Wow, Chastain, after being spun into the tire barriers in turn one, he's still in the ninth spot. Wow. Hmm. Busher won at Pocono in 2016 because of fog. That's right. Mm-hmm. That was taking place during green flag pit stops at the time. Yes, I saw what you said. I saw what you said. Hmm. All right, we're coming to green this time by. Hopefully, whatever happens, happens. But fog is coming fast. The fog is coming fast, so they better get this done quickly. Wherever the fog is, they better get it done quickly. Hmm. All right, here we go into the restart zone once again. It'll be 9 laps to go once they hit the start finish line. SVG, the control car, and he is flat on the gas. Nothing Ty Gibbs could do right there. Oh, Allmendinger trying to make something happen. Oh my gosh. Yep, and no contest. SVG is gone. Whoa! Well, bumper tag through turn 2. Allmendinger almost got to the back bumper of the 54. Easy through turn 4. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that the weather stayed out for the most part so far. Yeah, I am. I am. Hopefully this race goes the full distance. Oh my gosh, there's Tyler Reddick on the inside of Ross Chastain as John Hunter Nemechek tries to follow through as they go through turn 9. And Reddick does so. Those Priest on the inside of Briscoe cut contact. It looks like Briscoe looks as though it has a flat tire. Briscoe looks as though it has a tire going down on the 19 car. Yeah, Briscoe's in trouble. Briscoe's in trouble. He's got a flat right front. He can't get to pit lane. He's past pit lane. He's in trouble. Now he's got to try to nurse that car all the way around this track. Oh my gosh. That ain't good. That ain't good. Meanwhile, it's Chastain on the bumper of Kyle Larson, trying to find a way around him. Go. Through the carousel, turn 9. Whoa, Nemechek goes wide. Does Nemechek have a flat as well? I can't tell. No, he doesn't. He's fine. Nemechek's fine. Oh, Bubba Wallace trying to hold off Alex Bowman. And here goes Reddick to the inside of Bowman. Oh my gosh. This is for the bracket. This is for the bracket challenge. Oh man. And there goes Reddick to the inside of his teammate, trying to get past him. Oh, into turn 6. This could get dicey. Nope. Still side by side coming into turn 7 now. Oh my gosh. Oh, Wallace clips the wall. There goes Bowman to the inside. That is tight. This is tight through the carousel. Oh, watch it. Oh, that is tight through turn 11. That is very tight. Remember, these two have had history at the same track last year. Oh my gosh. Yeah! Oh, both in the wall. Golly. Jesus. Look at this. Oh, Bubba Wallace gets sent out wide now by Bowman. Oh, now what is Bubba Wallace going to do? Oh, yeah. And look at this. Look at the traffic that's causing. Oh, yeah. And Bubba Wallace is around. Jeez, what is Jeez, these two get into each other once again at the same track. Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman. Golly. Now here's Christopher Bell to the inside of Kyle Larson. That is tight. Oh yeah, no denying that Bubba Wallace is going to see Alex Bowman after this race. And like I said, these two have had history just last year at the same track. When earlier in stage 2, at the beginning of stage 2, Alex Bowman got into Bubba Wallace, spun him out. Bowman went on to win, and at the end of the race, during the cooldown lap, Bubba Wallace showed his frustration by putting Bowman into the wall. But then Bubba Wallace ended up being penalized for that. Now we fast forward to 1 year later at the same track, both of them fighting for the in-season challenge bracket, and Bubba Wallace gets spun out again by Bubba Wallace. But this time racing for it. Here it is. Off turn 2. Whoa! Jeez. Oh! speaking of spinning out, is that just... No, Christopher Bell's around now. Christopher Bell is around. Jeez, what is going on? What is going on? Jeez, what is going on in this race? And somehow, after all this, as Base Tugboat and Alessandro just said, Kyle Busch, after all the problems he's had all day long, he's up to 7th right now. Holy cow. Holy cow. And while this is all happening, with less than 5 laps to go, now 4 to go now. Yep. Oh my gosh. Does Reddick have a chance to try to get redemption from last year when he was chasing down Alex Bowman but made one mistake in turn 5? Does Reddick have a chance to redeem himself from last year? He's trying to get there. But they're coming to 3 to go once they make it back around. Oh man. Three to go now. 3 laps to go now. But SVG, he's doing everything he can to stay perfect, as Tyler Reddick has made the pass on his car owner, Denny Hamlin, up to 3rd. But I don't think he has enough time to catch the leaders. I don't think Reddick has enough time to catch the leaders. Oh my gosh. Slowly but surely catching Ty Gibbs. But whether or not he has enough time to catch SVG, I don't think it's going to be enough. But we'll see. You can tell Reddick is pushing it. He is pushing it. He's pushing it for all it's worth. This time by 2 laps to go. The gap from Ty Gibbs to SVG is about 2 seconds. Yeah, Reddick, now he's just now catching Ty Gibbs. I don't think Reddick has enough time to catch SVG. He can get by Ty Gibbs, but to SVG, he's too far back, I think. And how about Austin Hill in the top 10? How about that? Yep, now Reddick has caught up to the back bumper of Ty Gibbs. It's only a matter of time if he can get around him. When he can get around him. Trying to dive it into turn 6. He's gonna try to set him up the best he can. But up front, SVG is hoping that he can get to the white flag before anything else happens. Easy. And Kyle Busch up to 5th? Huh? Kyle Busch in the top 5. What? I was just paying attention to that. Just now noticed that. Kyle Busch in 5th. What a comeback. Oh, come on. Get to the white. Get to the white. Come on now. Get to the white, please. Okay, good. White flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. That's what I thought. Nice try, Cody Ware. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. No green white checkered. Not this time. And the battle for the lead is still going on between... And there's a caution! Caution is out! The caution is out. Race is over. Yep, the race is official. Now, all SVG has to do is just get back to the start-finish line under power. That's all he has to do. SVG, the 36-year-old from Auckland, New Zealand. You can call this place pretty much SVG's playground. Won the Xfinity Series race just yesterday in dominant fashion. Now going through turn 10 and into turn 11, he's going to collect his 3rd career win and his 2nd time in the Cup Series at the Chicago Street Course. And through turn 12, once again, for the 2nd time in his Cup Series career, SVG wins at his playground on the streets of Chicago. Weekend sweep for SVG. How about that for SVG? Weekend sweep. Conquers the streets of Chicago once again.
Protection formula is now available with salmon. Love the Light family, feed the Light family.
Friday is coming to my 8th dealer with great deals on whatever. In 18 minutes. There you go, Katie.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop 4th of July savings on Samsung appliances, like the all-in-one washer dryer with super speed. Right number 1 in customer satisfaction. It's easy. Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer and look out for these stickers to take advantage of great deals. Right now, get 1.9% APR for 60 months plus 500 retail bonus cash and specially taxed 2025 mortgage and surrender vehicles. On WhatsApp, your personal messages, they noise. We can't see them. We can't hear them.
find a little flair.
And SVG burning it down at his playground on the Chicago streets. Yep. Second win of the season for SVG.
Does it here in Chicago, and he'll try to win 3 in a row on the road next weekend in Sonoma, California. Incredible weekend. He gets the sweep and he celebrates again, Marty.
All right, here comes SVG climbing out of the car once again. He has swept the weekend into the Windy City. He swept the weekend in Windy City. You say that Cody Ware's griller is destroyed. Screw that. Screw that prick. Screw that prick. All right, here we go. It's going to kick the football into the stands. Okay.
What is it about you and this racetrack that just fits so well, Shane?
I guess we made no mistakes. You know, there were some really fast cars, and we just seemed to get it right, you know, and make no mistakes, be smooth every lap, and really cool.
You and I chatted, Stephen Doran, his crew chief. When you and I chatted yesterday, you said this track is tougher than it's ever been. Why was it such a challenge this weekend?
Just so hot this weekend, you know, the track was very slick, and the times were a lot slower, and the margin for error was very tiny, so just had to get it right, and I'm proud.
How about the role this team has played, or how about the role this team is on the last 4 weeks? 4 weeks ago, you were out of the playoffs. Now you have 10 playoff points with 2 wins in Sonoma coming up next week.
Yep, Sonoma's next week. I just realized. Holy cow. Oh my gosh.
And the rugby ball, I can confirm that it hit the last row in these stands.
No truth to the rumor. He signed a free agent deal with the Bears. But he has been getting a lot of experience running this weekend.
All right. Now what's going on with Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman? Did they have a little something going on pit road? Vance Vin, Jeff Burton 2023. Vance Vin, I guess we'll never know what's going on between Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman. Oh well. Yep, I guess not. Well, that was Chicago Street Course, ladies and gentlemen, and not as much chaos as it was the previous 2 years. This was pretty tame for Chicago standards, and for once, we finally got a full race in, and Mother Nature partially playing a factor, but not as big of a factor as it was the last 2 years. So we finally got the full race in for the Chicago Street Course. And this race had a lot of strategy going on between Michael McDowell, SVG, the Road Course Merchant, the Toyota drivers, some of the Chevy drivers taking a swing at things. But in the end, it was the same song, same verse as SVG continues his dominance on the road courses and his dominance at his playground, as I say, at the Chicago Street Course, collecting his second win in the Cup Series, second win at the Cup Series level. Well, third career win overall, but his second win on the streets of Chicago in the Cup Series. So in total, he has a total of 4 wins on the Chicago Street Course in NASCAR, 2 in Xfinity and 2 in the Cup Series. I keep saying it. That's just SVG's playground. I'm sorry. I keep repeating myself, but it's really true at this point. But how about Kyle Busch, after all the problems he had during this race, had like terrible pit strategy, got spun out in the middle of stage 2, fell back because driving through too many pit stalls. He somehow rallied back to a top 5 finish in the 5th spot. How about that, KB? After all that he's been dealing with during this season, bad luck, tough calls, he finally got to break this race with the top 5 finish in Chicago. I think you're right, Alessandro. This is pretty much KB's first top 5 finish since COTA in March, when he nearly won that race. When he nearly won at COTA in the spring of this year. But man, I think most of the story was basically about in the closing laps. It was very chaotic from a fan's perspective. First, it started off with Ross Chastain or Austin Cindric dive bombing into turn 1, got into Ryan Preece, who got into Larson, then spun into Ross Chastain into the tire barriers. Then in turn 2, we had Joey Logano dive bombing the crap out of his car and dive bombing into Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Luckily, that wasn't a caution. Somehow that wasn't a caution, I'll say. But it was a caution because Austin Cindric stopped on the track. And then once the race got going on, it was a battle between Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman to see who would advance into the next round in the in-season tournament bracket challenge. And there was tons of making contact between the 23 and the 48, similar to how we saw last year between Alex Bowman and Bubba Wallace, with Alex Bowman winning that race, and at the end of the race, Bubba Wallace showed his frustration by putting him in the wall in the cooldown lap. And as a result, Bubba Wallace was penalized because of that. And then we continued into this race when both drivers fighting to advance into the next round of the in-season challenge bracket. And as a result, Bubba Wallace made too much contact while trying to squeeze Alex Bowman into the outside wall, but he got spun because of that. He got spun because of that. So Alex Bowman moves on. Bubba Wallace is done in the in-season challenge. He's done for the in-season challenge. But as I said, in the end of this race, same song, same verse. SVG continues his winning ways on the streets of Chicago, his playground. And could this be the final race we see NASCAR Cup Series on the streets of Chicago? Maybe, because next year NASCAR is making deals with San Diego to have a street course race in 2026 in the streets of San Diego. Will that deal go through, or will it stay at Chicago? That's yet to be determined, but keep your fingers crossed on what happens next. But as a result, I really enjoyed this race. It had a lot of strategy, a little bit of chaos, especially at the end. And thankfully, we got this race full distance and not going into green-white checker after it's Cody Ware nosed it into the tire barriers. So nice try, Cody Ware. Nice try. You shouldn't be racing in the first place, prick. I don't know why he's still racing in NASCAR. But that's a story for another time. But thankfully we got back around under caution though. But at least we got the race full distance. We got the race in full distance without Mother Nature playing a factor. Even though it played some sort of a factor because a lot of drivers were racing more aggressively. But at least this race wasn't halted because of weather. I'll say that. But overall, I really enjoyed this race. It was decent. So for the rating of this race, I'll give this race a solid 8.5 out of 10. A solid 8.5 out of 10. Had strategy, a little bit of chaos, but at the end of this race, it all came down to the road course merchant getting it done once again on the streets of Chicago. So that wraps it up for the Chicago Street Course race. Congrats to SVG. Let SVG cook, as I say, getting his third career win in the Cup Series and his second win on the streets of Chicago. Next week, we're off to Sonoma Raceway in Napa Valley in Northern California. So we'll see what happens next week as the NASCAR heads west once again, heading out to Sonoma Raceway. So tune in next Sunday for NASCAR reactions from Sonoma Raceway in Napa Valley. But until then, it's been your boy Cito Brown. You all have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys next Sunday for NASCAR Cup reactions from Sonoma Raceway. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more live streaming content like this. So, until then, peace out, y'all.